Hi, it's Rachel Wright with Just In Case You, and today we're talking about just in case you want to build an Instagram following. We have Meg Lane, who is a senior digital marketing manager with Find Some, Win More, and we're talking to her about her personal page, which is Life as a Meatball on Instagram. In just a matter of months, she has built an unbelievable following, so I'm sure she has some great advice on how you can get some traction on Instagram too. Tell me a little bit about your Instagram page, Life as a Meatball.
Sure. So we started in March of this year, 2016, and we had no idea that it would blow up like it did. Took us about a month before we knew that we were gaining some traction. But Life as a Meatball is about our lab puppy who just turned a year old, and he's basically a heartbreaker. He has all these pickup lines, funny jokes, and really funny pictures. So people have really gravitated towards that beyond dog lovers.
So, how many followers do you have right now since starting in March?
We have going on 5,400
That
right
is
now.
huge.
Yes.
So, how did you go about? I mean, what do you think it was that started the snowball effect?
Well, many things actually. The biggest part was having funny content. So not only do you have to deliver quality images, but with that, people seem to gravitate towards what the captions are. So thinking creatively and having funny puns under there has done really well. But the bigger part is actually making relationships with our audience. And part of doing that is engaging with them. So commenting, liking, but also liking their stuff as well has gone a really long way, and we've had personal connections now with some of the people that follow us. So that's probably the biggest thing.
Well, I could see them. I mean, likability is always a factor in anything that you do, but your content is so funny that I can see why people would want to start their day that way.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the thing. We do it at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. So it's a great way to start people's day by having funny content. But for me, it's also awesome because I get to start my day thinking creatively.
So people that are thinking about building their own Instagram page and want followers,
yeah.
How did you go about building Life as a Meatball?
By staying consistent is one. One thing that you will notice where some people don't do too well is it's very sporadic. If you post on a Monday, then all of a sudden you post on a Thursday, then you wait 2 weeks and you post again. For us, we wanted to stay consistent with Monday through Friday, posting at 7 a.m.
So you'd recommend to somebody who starts a page to actually have content lined up
yes.
first?
Yes. No, preparation is your queen. You need that more than anything. Because what you don't want is to wake up at 7 a.m. and then not have anything to post, and then that be a nightmare. But another thing is patience, because just like anything, it doesn't happen always instantly. It takes time, and it takes building relationships and really just focusing on what's most important. And then for us is having a niche. So our niche was being funny, making people laugh, brightening their day. And doing that is by putting puns and jokes and pickup lines. And that has really attracted people to building our
Instagram page. What's my next step? I mean, if I was, a newbie at this, which I am, what are 3 do's and don'ts that you tell people starting out that don't know anything about Instagram?
Sure. For don'ts, for sure. The hashtag follow or follow me, any of those, you're going to get people who do not care about your content. They are just there for you to follow them, and vice versa. You really want people who care about what you're trying to show, because otherwise your engagement rates will be super low. And you don't want your account to be filled with spam. If you do hashtags like that, you're only asking for that to happen. Another don't is don't be flaky. So, don't put content out there, but then not follow their stuff or engage with their material. And then what I mean by flaky as well is don't post just on a Monday and then come back 2 weeks later and then a month later. Really try and stay consistent. The lastly is don't give up. Sometimes the biggest opportunity is right over that hill. We've had instances where our engagement has gone up and down, but right over that down is a big up. So don't ever give up. It takes time. As for do's, the biggest thing that we have found is tagging other accounts in our images. So for instance, accounts that have 700,000 followers, we make sure that it's targeted but also something that they will repurpose. So if they repurpose one of Meatball's photos, we then now have 700,000 people who haven't seen Meatball that then get exposed to him for following. A bigger part of this too is delivering quality. So having images that aren't muddled or fogged or things like that is important, because we're talking about Instagram, which is a image social media. So you want to make sure that your images are really high quality. And then lastly, using relatable hashtags. So we've got a lab, so of course we're going to use hashtags that have anything lab related or anything involved with our picture. We're going to use hashtags. We wouldn't use bulldog for a lab picture, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Meg, what haven't I asked that you think is important for people to know that are starting out building an Instagram following?
Sure. Well, the first thing is knowing your audience, and I know that can be tricky when you first start, because you may have new people that you have not thought about, but knowing them and knowing how to target that audience is very important. So for us, I know that we've got moms, we've got dads, we've got kids, we've got age ranges from 20 to 70. And so being able to hit that target market is important. And second is being prepared. So it's just like cooking. You don't want to start a recipe without having all your ingredients first.
That's what I'm doing wrong.
So for instance, we already have our images lined up and then what content we're going to pair with it, so that we make sure that it makes sense and that it comes through good. And then another thing is being vulnerable. Honestly, putting yourself out there for right now 5,000 people to see what we're posting. Sometimes it may not do well, but sometimes it may do very well, and it's about putting yourself out there and being okay with that. And then lastly, having fun. That's the whole reason I do this account. It's for me to think creatively and to have fun, and to have fun with Meatball, and for other people to see our relationship. So that is the most important. Don't ever forget that. It's not about always having big followings or making any money. That's not what we do. It's really about having fun and doing things the right way, and it'll all fall in place.
Meatball is adorable, and I can see why he has such a fan base already. So thanks so much for the advice, and until next time, just in case you.